Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Batman, the Brave and the Bold, number 2. This is a new book from DC Comics. Let's take a look at the creatives. We do have multiple stories here, so we'll go over that very briefly. First of all, we have The Winning Card Part 2. This story is by Tom King with Mitch Garrett on art and colors, letters by Clint Cowles. We also have the continuing Stormwatch story down with the Kings by Ed Brisson, Jeff Spokes, and Saida Temofonte. Superman's story continues Order of the Black Lamp by Christopher Canwell, Javier Rodriguez, and Simon Bolin. And last but not least, a new story, All Things Considered, by Joel Jones and Steve Wands. So this has been a really fun anthology to play with. The stories that are presented here are just very intriguing, really interesting approaches. I'll give you a quick synopsis of each one of them. I have a little bit of preview art for the first story only, um, but I'll say overall, like an anthology book like this, the advantage is that it does have multiple stories, and even if you don't connect with all of them, I think some of them are really fun. Specifically, the last one, because it is a rotating story, right? The first issue had Dan Mora with an all new, all original story. And this one has Joel Jones. So let's go over that. First of all, we'll leave the Tom King Mitch Yard story till the end, since I do have preview art for that one. Um, Down with the Kings, the Stormwatch, as they race to find an ancient sword that has been long buried in the darkest depths of the ocean, a sword of unspeakable horrors, capable of wiping out entire civilizations, but they may already be too late. A group of exile Zebels have found the blade and are hell-bent on bringing humanity to its knees. For one member of Stormwatch, this may be the end. So this is probably the most action-packed the stories. I think Ed Brisson's really good at that. Ed Brisson's really good at handling this group of characters. All these characters, as I've mentioned in my previous review, I think Stormwatch is just a really fun group of really weird and interesting characters that don't really get the spotlight very much. Including Director Bones as kind of the leader of this faction now. Yeah, this is just a really fun romp of a group of kind of misfits, but it really works. And of course, the art is magnificent. It really updates a lot of the character designs, and it's very bright compared to all the other stories, especially like the colors they really pop on that one and on this next story, the Superman story or the Order of the Black Lamp. In part two of this story, um, Superman uses a mysterious decoder ring to uncover a location to with a shocking tie to his past. So it's really interesting that here we have a bit of a mystery for Superman. I think Christopher Canwell is such a talented writer, and he's telling a very slow burn of as the mystery kind of unfolds. And of course, Javier Rodriguez, he's an amazing artist. He his I will say, I think his art style is not for everyone. It's probably the art style I find maybe the most divisive in this anthology for now. So it's really interesting to kind of see what people are saying about that one. But once again, great story. Last but not least, here in the stories without a preview, Joel Jones, who wrote Catwoman for a long time, wrote Wonder Girl for a long time. We get a Batman black and white tale exploring Batman's scars, both literally and psychologically, revisiting the Dark Knight's toughest fights and deepest wounds. Uh, I think Jones's art is beautiful. I really wish I could show you some stuff, but if you've read any of the previous series, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And Jones also has a really fun eye for like the drama of a story, so that really works for me specifically because it's in the black and white format, and the story really lands. So this and the Dan Morris story from issue one have been really fun to explore. So let's go to the last story, the winning card. Now, this is as I was reading this in the first issue, I noticed that this is kind of retelling a story from one of the earliest Batman books, and Tom King has been tweeting out a few panels from that original comic, so it's really fun to revisit this. In this part two, Tick Tick goes the clock as Gotham prepares for another shocking murder at the hands of the Joker. So the Joker's been kind of telegraphing his kills and letting the victims and the police know that they are going to happen, and there's nothing they can do to stop them. Very similar to in the Dark Knight, where with the mayor and then the judge. So that's really fun. In this case, the brutal and terrifying tale of the Joker and Batman's first meeting continues as this team once again delivers a shocking, bloody blockbuster tale. So this is probably the most grim and dark of all the stories in this book. I would say it's not action heavy, but there is definitely a lot of violence, implied violence, and I think Mitch Gerads can really go to some dark places in the story. So let's take a look at some preview art here, so you can see what I'm talking about. First of all, I love the panels here. Almost make it feel like a silent film, right, from back in the day. And I hope that's what they're trying to evoke, but that's definitely what I got from it. And then just here, looking at the clock ticking back and forth to build the tension. Very quick pace. Small panels means a quick pace, so we kind of go through them very quickly. And then as the story begins to lose its tension because the characters think they may be safe, that's when things begin to expand in the panel count. Just really well done by Gerads. I really appreciate how much thought goes into a lot of these things. And then this is where things get very extreme in the next few pages. So and this is just the beginning of that second part of the story. As you can see, there's splatters of blood. I love the contrast of the red background to kind of really illustrate this knight who's revealed to have the Joker inside. So yeah, I mean, this is a terrifying tale of the Joker and Batman. So overall, this is a great issue. And they have to deliver because this isn't oversized. This is it's obviously cost more than a regular comic, so you're definitely getting a lot of more bang for your buck. If you enjoy most of the stories, now if you only like 2 or 3 of them, then obviously you're not getting as much value. But I'm really enjoying following these stories along. The covers are amazing that we've seen so far. So yeah, very excited for that. I got Mitch Gerads. I saw him at Fan Expo Dallas, and I got a copy of his book, this #1 signed, one of the variants, with a sketch on it. So that was really cool as well. So if you read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.